And have you ever heard the theory that octopus are from out of space?
Yeah, we talked about that with
you?
Brian Cox the other day.
Yeah, I'm not super well read on it, but like it looks like a damn alien.
Yeah, he was very incredulous, but you know, he's obviously smarter than both of us.
Right.
So,
so he gets to be.
It's like, it's like me looking at that going, man, it doesn't make sense. Of course it doesn't make sense. I'm stupid.
Right.
But he's, you know, when we're looking at this, but this is apparently like peer-reviewed, published paper about the possibility of octopus being reintroduced. And I think it has something to do with the way RNA and DNA is on them, right? Do you know?
I don't understand it well, but yes, it's like the thought that the population came from out of space because the DNA sequencing suggests something that makes it extraterrestrial adaptability.
Yeah, he was super skeptical because he was saying that they're essentially so close to everything else here that it doesn't make sense. But the other theory was it might be just this is the path of life.
Right.
And the reason why it's so close to us is that this is the way all life, even if it's extraterrestrial, gets established.
Sure. I don't believe octopus are from out of space, but I love the theory. I love the idea of it. It looks like it's from out of space. You know, it's just wacky.
Well, it's such a cool thought.
Yeah.
You know, that these things came from out of space. So, well, that's also a thought about psilocybin mushrooms from the weirder people, that they came on asteroids and they're spores.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know this, but they've proven that I don't know about psilocybins, but certain mushroom spores are impenetrable to the vacuum of space.
Yeah, they can survive. Yeah, that's bananas.
I pick a lot of mushrooms, not psilocybins, but a lot of porcini, a lot of chanterelles. Like I do a lot of foraging. It's really fun.
Are you aware of Paul Stamets?
No, I don't know that name.
He's amazing, man. One of my favorite podcasts ever. He's a mycologist and a fucking trip in every sense of the word. A super genius mycologist who had the craziest story about being in high school. And what did he say? He took 20 grams of mushrooms and climbed a tree during a lightning storm. Like something fucking, something where you hear him tell the story and your hands start sweating. You're like,
no way.
20 grams or 10 grams or 20 grams, like something fucking bananas. Like
something that would kill a moose. Yeah.
Well, they wouldn't kill it, but it would definitely make it think it's not a moose anymore.
Right.
And it essentially changed his life, stopped him from stuttering. He used to stutter, and he did this, and he stopped stuttering.
No way.
Yeah.
I've heard about guys that microdose with mushrooms, with psilocybins, and it heightens their focus and cures their autism. And, you know, I'm not very well read on that, but there's a whole idea that microdosing with these chemicals that are naturally produced can actually have very positive effects.
Yeah, there's quite a few people who do that. It's really common.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've talked to a lot of people that do that. They
microdose
really? With that, and they also microdose with LSD. There's a lot of that going on. Yeah, a lot of Silicon Valley people are microdosing with LSD.
It's funny because the one person that I know that's done the microdosing with mushrooms from Silicon Valley.
Yeah, people grind them up into pill form, and in fact, a lot of fighters are doing that now.
Really?
Which is really strange. Yeah.
So why would that help you, like, as a fighter? It's not a mental focus thing. It's a physical thing at that point, right?
Well, it gets you into the flow state.
Interesting.
And so, like with fighters, the real thing is it's not just your skill, but it's your ability to execute that skill under pressure. Right? So there's an overwhelming amount of anxiety. There's extreme consequences to getting hit or going wrong, getting knocked out. The losing a fight is absolutely devastating. It's devastating emotionally. It's devastating physically. It's devastating psychologically. It changes your perception of who you are and how you fit into the world. And that sometimes, and I shouldn't say sometimes, oftentimes impedes performance.
Sure,
you know,
can't come back from it, kind of thing.
Well, it's not just that. The consequences of it possibly go wrong make you hesitate, and it's the stress of it all is very constricting. It's very difficult to operate under that stress.
Sure.
The mushrooms, for some people, alleviate that stress and put you in this elevated state where they say, and I've never fought on mushrooms, but they say that when you're on mushrooms, you actually can see what a guy's going to do before he does it.
Interesting.
Yeah, you have a sense of what they're going to do that's a much more heightened sense than you would if you were just in a normal sober state.
So do you think you're picking that up through like biological cues? Like you could see the muscles twitching in the arm before the punch comes, or like how do you think that?
It's a good question. I haven't done it. I don't know. You know, I've never sparred on mushrooms. Or
it doesn't sound like a good idea.
But it's really common. They say it is a good idea. The guys who do it love it.
Yeah. Interesting.
And guys have had some really extreme positive results.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's fascinating. I never thought as an athletic performer that athletic enhancement, that would be a thing.
Yeah, it's not just I don't think it makes you move faster or hit stronger or hit harder, but I think what it does is it puts you in the zone.
Interesting.
Like there's states that you get into where you can't do no wrong, and they're usually very elusive. They come and they go. You get them like. Do you ever play pool?
A little bit. I mean,
but you know how sometimes you play pool for a few hours and then you just all of a sudden you feel like you can't miss.
Boom.
Yeah, you just have this feeling of where everything's going to go. That's even if you're not very good. Sometimes those will come for like 2-3 shots in a row. It's the zone.
Sure.
And that elusive state of like, and then sometimes you're like, wow, I can't believe I'm in the zone. And then it goes away.
Right.
It's like maintaining that flow state.
But do you think it takes emotions out of it? Like, is that why you're in that state? Like, if you're not emotionally attached to that shot or that punch, maybe you can execute it better.
It's possible. I mean, there's a lot of speculation of what's going on and what's causing this elevated state of consciousness.
It's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe I'll just start microdosing on mushrooms and going out to chase snakes around.
Maybe. Maybe you would be like more in tune with the environment.
Or maybe I'd get bitten and die.
That's true too.